Is the initial underwriting for Hilton Street Apartments. I've already downloaded the data from the data room and created a folder. I like to name these folders in a certain way. The name of the city, hold on, back up one. So I have all these folders for the states that I've underwritten deals in. I go to the state, and then I name the folder with the city, and then the name of the apartments, how many units it is, and the address is the way I like to name these. I've already downloaded all the data from the data room from the broker, and I put the underwriting template in right here. So I want to rename this underwriting template as UW and then Hilton Street Apartments. And I like to put the date in there as well, 2/12/25. Okay, so we'll open that one on this screen, and over here we have the OM. We're going to start on the dashboard tab. There's lots of tabs around here down at the bottom, but we're going to start on the dashboard tab, and we're going to put in the property name here, Hilton Street Apartments. The address, I'm going to copy and paste. That didn't work. So we'll type it in. 1042 South Hilton Street, Boise, 83705. Built in 1992. So this, the vintage, you put in the date it was built, and the number of units is 48 units. Okay. Let me go back to the email here real quick. Okay, so they're saying that the sale price should be $7.5 million. So that goes right here. 7.5. And I just have, in the beginning, I have this equal the suggested price. Pretty much leave the rest of this stuff alone for now. No, I'm sorry. Exit and refi, I want to change refi to NA right here. Change this to NA, and then I want to set the sale exit year to year 5. This is just the standard setup that I have for each deal. So no refinance, and then sale or exit in year 5. And then under broker, we'll put Chris's information here. So copy his name, the name of the broker. Oop, hold on. Paste it here so it doesn't mess up the rest of it. And he's with Bercadia. Thought I could copy and paste. Yeah, right here. The name of the company he's with right here. All right, that's pretty much everything that we need on this tab to change for the first draft. So next we'll go over here to the units and actual mix. And in the offering memorandum, this kind of flyer thing, we're going to go down and we're going to scroll until we find the breakdown of the units. We know it's 48 units, but they have a breakdown in here. Can't remember what page it's on, but right here. So this is what we're looking for to fill out a lot of this information. So let me zoom and I'll scroll. Okay. So this is 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and 3 bedroom, 2 bath. So first thing we want to do on this is clear out this data. I just drag this down to clear out the sample data. And 1 bedroom, 1 bath. This is saying there's 32. And they are 570 square feet. want to put here on current rent, we want to put the in-place rent. This is what we're looking for, in-place rent. So it might say current rent or something like that. But we don't want market rent or pro forma rent. We want the current rents, which are 1,055. Target rent, let's go ahead and just put their market rent in. So this is pro forma or market or target rent. In this case, it's 1,175. All right, and then we repeat the same thing for 2 bedrooms. There's 12 of them. Size is 737. Current rent 1164. Target rent 1350. All right, 3-bedroom, 2-bath right here. There's 4 of those. And it's at 971 square feet. No, I'm sorry, I put that in the wrong spot. 971 square feet. And current rent 1213. Target rent 1450. All right. Now, over here on the expenses, we're going to zero all of these out as well. And we'll probably also zero out the rubs and the other income. This is currently a formula that is just 12 times the current rent. I want to leave that there for now. I'll show you why in just a second. All right. Next thing we're going to need is the T12, which is right here, income statement T12. And we always want to use the Excel if possible, so we can also do some manipulation of the data. In this case, they gave us a PDF and an Excel. If we don't have the Excel, we want to try to request it. We can get into that a little bit more later. All right, so let's pull up the T12. And I'm going to pull it over to this other screen so we can have both Excels here. All right, so when we're looking at this income statement or a trailing 12 or a T12, there's a few things that we want to just check before we do anything. So the first thing is we want to make sure that we actually have 12 months of data. So February of 24 should go through January 25. That's 12 months. Next thing is we just want to double check a couple of these numbers. This over here is the total, right? Total column. And so if we select total rental income and we add it all up, 370,076. Okay, perfect. But there's some anomalies here. The data doesn't actually fully start until July. Why is that? Hold on. Okay, it was pretty easy for me to figure it out. Right in the broker's email, he says they recently switched management companies in summer of 2024, which means this data is from the current management company, and it doesn't actually start here till July. You can see there's some data in June, but it doesn't actually, there's not a full month until July, which means we only have 7 months of data. So we shouldn't normally have to do this. Normally this is all the way filled out, but we're going to have to come in here and estimate some of these numbers, or to say it another way, annualize some of these numbers. So pretty easy to do. The formula, we just have to make it 12 months. So if we take this data and we equals this divided by 7 times 12. So that should give us the annualized number. Pretty close. All right, I'm going to play with this for just a second and just update some of these things. I really like to freeze the panes, so when I'm scrolling around, I can look at these different things. So let me go in here and freeze panes. So I have the year, the months across the top still, and when I scroll over, it's still easy for me to see what category it is that we're looking at. And so we're just going to use the totals here. Okay? So we need rental income, 634. Is that close to where this number over here is? This just helps us double check that their numbers are close. And they are. So, but we're going to change it to that number so it matches. Okay. Okay. I just realized under rental income, they have a lot of types of income in here and not just rent. So we want to isolate just this row right here because this is the actual rent. These other things are what we would consider other income. So you can see the descriptions: lease break free, month to month, move out charges, other income, pet rent, etc. And then this bottom one is utility income. So we want to total these up in different categories because they go into this section over here in a different way. So we're going to use this same formula that I used here, equals this divided by 7 times 12. Figure out what the total rent is, and we'll copy this for the RUBS or utility income as well. Convert this to dollars so it's easier to see. So this 617 right here actually goes in this top bucket. And if you paste it, you got to paste the values, Control Shift V, just to paste the value. We're going to take vacancy completely out and put it at 0 because this T12 is on a cash basis, not an accrual basis. So there's no vacancy that's put down on here. And then under RUBS, we'll put this utility income right here. RUBS stands for Ratio Utility Billing System, or Ratio Utility Billing plural. And so we'll put the utility income, and I'm sorry, I pasted the wrong one. We need to paste the annualized number in there. Again, Control Shift V. And then this other income, we got to do a little bit more of a formula here. So we've got to total this and then annualize it. So equals sum, annualize. I'm sorry, sum it and then we annualize it. So again, equals this divided by 7 times 12. Control Shift V. Now, that number should equal this number. So all of the income we put in over here should match the income over here. Does it? I think it does. Yes. Okay. So now we can move on to expenses. So there's a lot of expenses that are on here. We're not going to list each of them. We're only going to list the categories. So what we'll do is we'll scroll way over here so the categories are next to the total. And you can see total administrative expenses. Let me just broaden this. Total administrative expenses. So again, remember, we have to annualize this. We can actually just copy this cell and paste it next to it to come up with this total. So copy, paste. Okay, so 67,711. And that's that divide by 7, multiply by 12, because we have 7 months of data. So copy this, and then we go and paste it over here in the category that it matches, administrative expenses. So general admin is as close as we can get. All right, so now scroll down. We've got maintenance and landscaping. So copy and paste the annualizing formula. And again, we shouldn't normally have to annualize the data if we have a whole year. We're only doing this because we have 6 months. So copy this number and find grounds maintenance landscaping, Control Shift V. All right. And then next category is maintenance expenses. This one's going to get interesting. So we need to combine maintenance and unit turns. So we don't want to forget about property taxes. Those are separate. We'll do that in just a second. Let's highlight that so we don't forget. But you see unit turns and maintenance are combined on this Excel sheet. So we need to add those together and then annualize it. So we're going to go equals this plus this, and then we'll go annualize equals this divided by 7 times 12, and we'll copy. And one more thing I really like to do when I'm combining, I want to color code this. Color code all three of those to something, some random color, so we can know that we combined them. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so now let's annualize property taxes. Actually, hold on. Let's look at property taxes. And are they paying monthly? No, they paid one time. Property taxes are a unique thing to annualize. So you can see normally in Idaho, we pay property taxes in June and December. So we annualizing property taxes is really just doubling it. So it's equals this times 2, because it's showing one payment in December, but it's not showing the June payment. All right, so copy, and that goes under real estate taxes at the very top. All right, let's keep going. Keep moving. Utilities. Now, utilities, we're not going to do the category. We're going to break those out. Because we want to be able to track them each one individually. There's a couple of interesting things going on here, right? So they've got electric and electric vacant, and then they've got gas and gas vacant. We have to add those together. And then we also are going to add sewer and water together. So we'll go equals this plus this. And then same thing for gas equals this plus this. And we'll do the same thing for sewer and water. So equals this plus this. And I just realized I didn't color code them like I told you to a second ago. So let's go ahead and color code these ones. This color and these ones. This color and these ones. That color. All right, so now we got to annualize them. So equals this divided by 7 times 12. And we'll just do that again. Okay. And then we'll also need to annualize the trash. Equals this divided by 7 times 12. All right, so electricity goes here under electric. Gas. Gas goes under gas. Water and sewer. And then finally, trash. All right, so that gives us property expenses. Let's just annualize this number and see if we come close. Equals this divided by 7 times 12. 235, 245. Okay, so because of the taxes, just annualizing the total property expenses isn't going to do it. But we put all of the expenses here in this column. If you notice, we did some calculations over here, but the actual totals, the annualized totals were in this column. So if we just select all of these and we add them up, it comes to 245,084. And that's pretty much exactly what we have over here. Now, there's one expense that's missing that is critical. I didn't see anything about insurance. So let's scroll through this and see if we can find something about insurance. We find anything about insurance? Taxes and insurance here, but there's no insurance listed. So there's no insurance expense being paid by the property manager. And notice we don't need to worry about this down here, but we do want to double check their net operating income, this line. And net operating income. Now this would match right down here, but we need to annualize this number to see equals this divided by 7 times 12. 399, 389. Off by 10,000, exactly like above. That's fine. So now we want to go and we want to double check the expenses. And we just want to go and look at the broker's OM. So this PDF that we got, reset the zoom level. So under financial analysis, we want to look at these revenues and just look and see if they're, even close. Now, this only has pro forma, so actually that can't help us. If this had actuals right here, then we could list it, but there's no actuals, it's only pro forma. So we'll save this for just a minute. All right. Okay, so we've been filling out this unit and actuals tab. And we've got the actual units here on this with how many there are, the square footage, the current rent, and what the broker says the target rent should be. We updated the income based on the T12, broke it out with the utilities and other income, and we put all the expenses that they listed here. Now, the next tab we want to go over here to is the P&L tab. So on P&L tab, there's not a lot to do here. We're just going to go and select this blue column, and we're just going to put an equal sign over here to this for now, this column. So this column here is everything we entered on the units and actual mix, just copied over. And so for you, what I want you to do is just to go and equal this so it matches. You can drag this down, and then you can equal this and drag it down so it matches. And then we'll zero out this income per unit, so it's 0. And that's a good starting point for now. One more thing I forgot to mention, we'll have the rubs and the other income match as well. And to do that, you just take equal sign on this 25,000 and have it match over here, and equal sign and have it match over here. All right, this is a really good starting point. This is to get us started. So we filled out the dashboard tab, the information up here, the price they're asking for, the broker's information. We updated the refi and exit information here. We updated the units and actual mix tab, and we updated some information on the P&L tab. This will get us started. Let's pause this and practice this a few times, and then proceed forward.